Welcome back to the show, everyone. Today, we have a very special guest. The one and only Taylor Swift is here to sit down with us. Taylor, thank you so much for being here. Taylor, thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here, Taylor. We've heard a lot of buzz lately about your personal life and some of the struggles you've been facing. From what I understand, a big part of that has to do with your reunion with NFL star Travis Kelce. Can you tell us a bit about what's been going on? Taylor, yes. The last year or so has been incredibly difficult for me, and Travis Kelce has played a major role in that. Our history goes back over a decade. When we first met and dated briefly in the early 2010s, it was a whirlwind romance, but ultimately, it didn't work out, and we went our separate ways. And then recently, you two reconnected. Taylor, that's right. About 18 months ago, Travis and I randomly ran into each other at a charity event. There was still a clear connection between us, and before I knew it, we had rekindled our relationship. I was hesitant at first, given our complicated past, but Travis was so charming and convincing. He told me he had changed, that he was a different person now. Foolishly, I believed him. So what happened after you two got back together? Taylor, it started off well enough, but very quickly, things took a dark turn. Travis became possessive, controlling, and emotionally abusive. He would get angry over the smallest things and lash out at me. He would constantly put me down and make me feel worthless. It was like he was a completely different person from the guy I had known and cared for years ago. That sounds absolutely terrible. How did this affect your personal and professional life? Taylor, it was devastating, both personally and professionally. Travis' behavior took a huge toll on my mental health. I was constantly anxious, depressed, and on edge. It got to the point where I could barely focus on my music and songwriting. I had to cancel tour dates and delay the release of my latest album. My relationships with friends and family suffered as well, because I was so consumed by the turmoil in my relationship with Travis. That must have been an incredibly difficult time for you. What ultimately made you decide to come forward and share your story? Taylor, it reached a breaking point about 6 months ago. Travis' abuse escalated to the point where I felt like I was in real danger. One night, after a particularly volatile argument, I realized I needed to get out of that situation for my own safety and well-being. I ended the relationship and filed a restraining order against him. But even after that, Travis has continued to harass and threaten me. He's been posting vicious lies about me on social media, trying to destroy my reputation. He's even contacted my label and some of my business partners, trying to sabotage my career. I realized that the only way to take back control of the narrative was to come forward and tell my side of the story. That's an incredibly brave and admirable thing for you to do, Taylor. I can't imagine how difficult that must have been. Taylor, it's been the hardest thing I've ever had to do, but I felt like I owed it to myself and to my fans to be truthful about what I've been going through. Travis Kelce's actions have caused me so much pain and trauma, and I wanted to shine a light on the reality of domestic abuse, even when it involves two high-profile public figures. Well, we are all here to support you, Taylor. Is there anything else you'd like to share about your experience and your message to others who may be in similar situations? Taylor, the main thing I want people to understand is that domestic abuse can happen to anyone, regardless of your status or celebrity. Travis Kelce is a famous athlete, and I'm a multi-platinum recording artist, but that didn't protect either of us from the cycle of power, control, and violence. My message to anyone out there who may be going through something similar is this: you are not alone, and it is not your fault. Reach out to trusted friends, family, or domestic violence organizations for support. You deserve to feel safe, respected, and free. And know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. With the right help and resources, you can reclaim your life and your power. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us today, Taylor. We wish you all the best moving forward, and we'll be here to support you every step of the way. Taylor, thank you. I appreciate that more than you know.